Hey guys, thanks for joining today's session. In fact, I'm waiting for a couple of other guys also. Let's give a minute or two for the others also to join. Otherwise, we will get started. Okay. And Sudeep and Raja, for you both, we shared the resumes. In your case, good that Sudeep, you got an interview, right? So you got the interview has been scheduled for you. So hope this session can help you to refresh the topics around time intelligence and the cross filter DAX function. Let's give a minute or so. Right, let's get started. Okay, and let's not wait for others. At least for you people, right? It will be very much helpful because you have the interview lined up. Fine, let's get started. We have something called cross filter DAX function. So this function is very much helpful in terms of addressing the many-to-many relationship. So we discussed about the many-to-many relationship in the previous sessions. Hope you recollect. I just directly go to the Power BI desktop. So you can see here that we have 6-7 tables got loaded here already. In the interest of time, all these 7 tables got loaded here. So here these 4 tables, the DIM customer, DIM product, DIM product subcategory and internet sales. These tables got imported in direct query connection mode. Using direct query connection mode, we imported this one. And these dimension tables, we imported it from our Excel file. I just show you. I just show you these files, the product file. Even this one, even the product and 1 second, let me check all the files. The reseller. This is an Excel file, correct. So we have a mix of both Excel file and the SQL Server tables. So 4 tables we have used the direct query connectivity mode to import these tables metadata here. So we have a hybrid of both the Excel as well as SQL Server related tables got loaded here. Now let us go ahead and explore how we can address a many-to-many relationship. Okay, so in real life scenario, the many-to-many relationship is very common. We cannot avoid the many-to-many relationship, but it is not recommended to implementing the tables that have many-to-many relationship upfront. So it needs some kind of treatment. Okay, so look here. So here we have 2 tables. One is the customer, other one is product table. The customer dimension table. Okay, so these 2 tables are having many-to-many relationship. A single customer can purchase more than one product. A single product can be bought by many customers. Hence, we have many-to-many relationship here. So here, in the case of many-to-many relationship, we have to have a junction table or a link table in order to filter these 2 tables. See, between these 2 tables, the customer and internet sales, we could see one-to-many relationship. Whereas between product and internet sales, we have one-to-many relationship. So if I wanted to see the number of or let's say if the customer wants to filter, right? So this table, customer table can filter this sales table, and also product table can filter the internet sales table. Whereas if you want to filter this product table from customer table, it is not possible, because if you look at the direction, the arrow direction, if you see here, the relationship, right? The relationship arrow direction, if you see it, both the tables arrow, the relationship is flowing down from these two dimension tables to the fact table. But there is no direct relationship between these two tables. So now we have a requirement, reporting requirement, wherein we want to find out, we want to display the product name. Along with that, we want to display the total number of transactions, the total number of orders raised by the customers. Along with that, we want to see the number of product, how many number of customers they purchased product wise, right? So how many numbers, let's say you have a product A, how many number of customers they purchase product A. So basically you want to filter to know the number of customers, total number of customers purchased product, right? So in that case you need to filter the customer table by product table. Since you don't have the direct relationship, it is not possible. Now let us see, there are two treatments are available. One is you can enable the direction instead of the arrow pointing down, you can enable this direction as a bidirectional bidirection, so that the product table can filter the customer table, and vice versa. If you want to filter the product table, so this table, right, this relationship, this link has to be enabled in bidirectional mode. So only then the customer can filter the product. This is one option, but enabling them using the manage relationship permanently, it can cause, it can degrade the performance. If you have multiple dimension tables, and if you have more than one fact table, if the volume of the data is very high, if you enable the bidirectional filter, it will have a significant impact on your performance. Now what we will do is, I just show you customer, and in this one, right, this is the one, I just open it. You can go here and you can enable it as both. This is this one with, this is the one approach using which you can enable the product dimension to filter the customer dimension, so that you can display the number of customers that they purchased, number of you can plot, or you can display the total number of customers against each transaction. Okay, so each product, okay, for each product, how many number of customers they purchased it. So that is what that you can show it in your report. Now let us go and let's go and see how we can do that. So now what I do is, I just select the product name, and then I want to see the number of transactions. Next what I do is, I just go ahead and select the sales amount, and next I just go and select order date key here. So already we could see that the order date key is by default, this column is the aggregation, the count aggregation enabled by default for date key. So here I just rename this one as total transactions. The next one is, we want to know, see, for this product is appearing in 249 transactions, and this product is appearing in 2,190 transactions. Now we want to know how many number of customers actually purchased this product, right? So in that case, I just go here and select customer. We can use the customer key, right? The customer key it's a whole number, but it's a count, right? So the aggregation default count is default summarization is count here. If I say check mark this, you can see 243, and yeah, let me just, since we have enabled the bidirectional relationship, I just change it to single. The cross filter direction, I change it to single. So this is the default cross filter direction. The moment when I changed back to the default settings, right, the single, the cross filter direction is single, it is not filtering it correctly. See, as discussed in the previous session, in the past sessions, to filter, let's say you want to filter the fact internet sales using customer dimension, then you need to have a relationship between these two tables. If you want to filter the fact internet sales by the product dimension, you need to have one-to-many relationship. You have to have a relationship between the tables in order to enable the automatic filtering. But in this case, by default, so when it comes to one-to-many, many-to-one, so one-to-one, right, one-to-many and one-to-many, automatic filtering is possible. But in our case, we are trying to filter the customer table using product dimension. So there is no direct relationship between these two dimensions. So because we have a many-to-many relationship between these two tables. So in the case of many-to-many relationship, it doesn't filter. It will not filter. Look here, the total number of customers are repeating here. So in order to enable the filtering to happen in the case of many-to-many relationship, so we need to enable the cross filter direction as both. This is a super awesome feature. You don't have to write any complex SQL queries to join the tables. Here, just all you have to do is just enable the cross filter direction as both. That's it. Now let's go back to our report canvas. Look here. So the 249 transactions, we could see this product. This product is appearing in 249 transactions, for which 243 customers, they purchased this product. So now the filtering is happening correctly. So hope you understood how powerful the Power BI's cross filter direction option here, right? Just by enabling the cross filter direction both, we are able to filter the product, we are able to filter the customer dimension table using the product dimension table. There is another approach using which also you can enable the bidirectional filtering. Okay, the cross filter direction, you can enable it as both. Okay, so without making changes to this setting here, look here, I just reset it to single. The cross filter direction is single, and I go back to the reporting canvas. Here what I do is I just go to the modeling tab and I create a new measure. I just call the customer count. So I'll be using calculate function. Here So what we are doing, we are using count function, count of dim customer key, and here what I do is I'm going to use cross filter function. Customer key, we want to specify the customer key here. The customer key is available in these two tables. So what I do is I just select this one. One second, just okay. What I do is I just make it count. It's already existing. That's what it says. Anyhow, so let me retype it. So we have one more parameter. We need to set it as a both. Here in this case we are just counting the total number of customers, and using the cross filter DAX function we are specifying the cross filter direction as both for matching to these columns, customer key in dimension customer table and the factor internet sales customer key. So these two columns we specified it here, right? And also here we mentioned both. So in this case what will happen is I just execute this. So we don't have any error here, and if you go back to the model view, you can see here we did not change any settings here, right? So we did not specify any settings here, but these two tables should have relationship. It can be one to many, right? Or the relationship can be the filter direction can be like this. You need not to enable the cross filter direction both physically here. Programmatically we are enabling it here. Like how many of you remember this? We have enabled the inactive relationship as active relationship, isn't it? Using the cross use relationship function, right? Use relationship function, we enable the inactive relationship as active relationship temporarily. Similarly, using cross filter, we are temporarily enabling the cross filter direction both between these two tables using customer key column. It's as simple as this. Now let us see what happens. So now I just select this one and I just check mark this one, customer count. And I just remove this one. For the time being, I am going to remove this. Look here, it's perfect. The total number of transaction for the bike stand product is 249. So just because we have 249 transaction happen, right? We have 249 transaction for this product. That doesn't mean 249 customers should have purchased, right? So in this case, 243 customers they purchased this product, but in total 249 transaction happened for this product. Similarly here, it's 2,190 total transaction happened. So 2,132 customers in total they purchased this one. So that is what it says. Now using DAX function cross filter, we are able to find out, we are able to filter the customer dimension using the product dimension. This is the second approach. The first approach is you don't have to use DAX function, but you can directly go here and you can change it to both, the cross filter direction both. But this is not the recommended approach because it can cause a severe performance degradation. If you enable the cross filter direction both for more than one table or so, right, many tables, if you do it, it will cause a severe performance issues. Hence it is not the right way of doing it. But unless until it is required, right, so it is not recommended to enable this one. So unless there is a need, you have to enable, there is no other go, then you can enable it. But still we have an alternative. You can use DAX function to enable this. Now I will show. Now we have activated the cross filter direction as both. Now with this we will see. So what I do is I simply check mark this one, customer key, from the customer table. Look here. For our reference, I just rename this field as total customers this is, right, so both. This is the one we manually did it, and this one is customer count. This is using DAX function. So with DAX function also we can filter, we can enable bidirection relationship, right? Sorry, you can enable the bidirection, right? So the cross filter direction as a bidirection. And but manually, when you go to you can go to the manage relationship. There you can specify the cross filter direction as both. But this is not the right way of doing it. Anyhow, for you people to understand the two different approaches, I just demonstrated this one. The DAX function is the best option. Instead of enabling the cross filter direction both in the using manage relationship editor settings, better you can use DAX function to enable this. So hope you understood what is cross filter function is all about. Next we will look at the time intelligence function.